Hi there, this is Marion with American Water Damage Restoration Company. And as spring comes, as you know, some of our building materials will need some help, right? Some cleaning. You can use some of these machines, devices, right? But obviously, you may do some mess if you just do that, right? So how do we clean all this, right? Because it's called spring clean process, right? Without having this mess, either if it's your house or you are like a contractor providing a service to somebody which actually pays you for that service, and obviously to clean the gutters, right? Or clear polyethylene roof like this without making a mess. So obviously, if you're gonna make a mess, homeowners will not be very happy. Would you say so? So if, for example, you have like a commercial roof, right, which can be a flat roof, as you can see in here, it can be in a better or not as a better condition, right? Still, where the drainage points are, all these materials, they can get them clogged, right? And then obviously you may say that they will not work properly, right? So this is something that, yes, could happen, even though overall you will take a look at the roof and you will say it looks good. But if you go and you take a closer look, you will understand that this stuff, right, it can be mildew and moss, and even if we apply treatment on this like twice a year, still it grows in some points, and they go under the shingle, they lift them up, and obviously water will get in there. And even if we do every year, at least once or twice, right, you can see how much material we have here in the gutter lines. Yeah, this was maybe something that we will call more difficult, right, as we had more elevated moisture levels than usually we will have around here, right? And what is very important as well to understand is that a lot of us people, companies, businesses around here, we have the dryer vents going up to the roof, not necessarily on the side, right? Then if you see this, right, obviously doesn't really work properly, right? You have some hair in there, right? You have this linen, right, which, believe it or not, it can be a fire hazard if they are not properly cleaned, these dryer vents. What we learned recently, yeah, is the fact that whoever does them, either if it's like commercial and or residential, you should make sure the contractor provides you all the proper documentation before they start work. Like, look at this. How will this, you see like where the gutter is? You cannot even see in here the hole, right? Look at this, there is so much material in here. You see that? So you could say that this was like totally clogged, right? And it will not drain properly. Anyways, about the fact that you should have them to provide you, when they work on your property, a certificate of insurance, right? Which will basically ensure that you are protected. This is a real business, right, that provides you real service. And they stand behind their work. And not just verbally, because they can provoke a huge damage without acknowledging that this is happening. You will say, what? How? Why? Well, guess what? They go inside of your property, let's say in the laundry room, right? And they will remove the washer and dryer to clean the linen that comes out of the dryer vent. So they clean this pipe, everything is okay, but maybe they pulled out, as they pull the machine, the drain line from the washing machine, and they didn't realize they have to put it back in the laundry box. You know, it's usually like a 2-inch pipe, right? Something like this, right? And that's, let's say, 2-inch, and the drain line is just 3/4 of an inch, right? Maybe 1 inch. So just slide it in, you make sure it goes in there for like 18 inches, something like that, or just 1 feet, and it has that band, the plastic that holds it there, right? But if it doesn't have that, or is not properly secured, then you will come home, your wife, your tenants, they will just start the washer dryer, right? And guess what? It will not drain properly, and it will overflow, so you have a flooding, and you are looking at something that goes in between 40 to 80, maybe more, thousands of dollars in damages, because you have to do the mitigation part, as this is a category 3, right? It's wastewater. You will not drink that water, right? From sewer lines, right? That's where it goes. It goes in the sewage lines. So, very nicely said. You have to be very careful, right? You have to remove all affected multi-layered materials. You have to clean, sanitize the structural part of the building, and obviously you have to bring it to normal moisture values. So when you did this, it's safe to put all the building materials back together, like drywall, flooring, baseboards, insulation, right? All this, as the building materials got to a pretty elevated pricing lately around us, yeah, they got you to those numbers. I know it's crazy, but we have to understand that inflation, in my personal opinion, is not just like 15%. So anyways, in order to provide a good service towards your customers or to your property, if you're a homeowner, right, I will recommend you to proceed with care. So in my personal opinion, you could do this in such a way, right, when you clean these gutters on the inside and on the outside, as you may have some other materials, not to put more of that mess on the sidewalks of the buildings or on the windows or siding of the building. So you could use a device like this to clean it and vacuum it properly, right? Yeah, nice and easy. So this is what I will call a controlled operation, where you have control on what you do, how you do, and you don't make a mess, and you keep your name clean, clear, and everybody's happy. It's very important to do it safely. Make sure you are protected, your employees, your people, your neighbors, your family. And if you need us to help you with a free inspection, we can definitely do that for you. And if we can help you, we will be more than happy to do so, or at least if not, we will basically recommend you towards the people in our communities to help you do the right thing by the right people, and that's what's gonna basically save you money. But don't believe me. This is Marion with American Water Damage Restoration Company, the one to call. Thank you.